Morning, good people, smart people, and beautiful anywhere. Welcome back to my channel again. To run some current, my title is about best quote: correct a fool, and he will hate you. Correct a wise man, and he will appreciate you. A deep dive into the wisdom of constructive criticism. Please be stay tuned with me so you'll get lessons, motivation, and inspiration facing life turbulence. By the way, the quote, correct a fool and he will hate you, correct a wise man, he will appreciate you, is a profound reflection on human behavior. Originally rooted in ancient wisdom, this saying is often attributed to Proverbs 9 8 here by the Bible has been accused by the various philosophers and scholars throughout history, including figures like Confucius and Islamic scholars. So it encapsulates timeless truths about the nature of criticism, personal growth, and wisdom. So let's delve into the layers of meaning embedded in the quotes and explore its relevance in our modern lives. So the first meaning of the quote above is about the understanding of the nature of criticism. Okay, do you like being criticized, guys? So let's see at its core. This quote highlights two types of individuals and their contrasting reactions to criticism. A fool is depicted as someone who lacks the humility of self-awareness to accept corrections. So when confronted with criticism, he reacts defensively or with hostility, often out of pride or insecurity. On the other hand, a wise person sees criticism as a valuable opportunity for growth, right? So he understands that correction, even if uncomfortable, is a necessary part of personal development. And next, the distinction is a reflection of different attitudes towards learning. A false ego prevents him from seeing criticism as constructive, while a wise man recognizes it as a gift, a chance to become better and wiser. So this is why the wise man not only tolerates correction but often appreciates it, knowing that it stems from a desire to help him improve. And the second meaning of the quote above is about the role of ego in accepting correction. Why? Because ego plays a crucial role in how individuals react to criticisms, and in psychological terms, the ego is our sense of self-importance. For a fool, the ego is often fragile and overly inflated, making him resistant to any feedback that suggests imperfections or mistakes. This is why correction feels like an attack, triggering defensive or hostile reactions. And contrarily, a wise person, however, maintains a healthy relationships with his ego, and he is not overly attached to a flawless self-image, and understand that everyone has room to improve. And accepting criticism requires humility, a quality that the wise have cultivated over time. So they know that their identity is not threatened by admitting mistakes or recognizing areas for growth. Okay, guys, do you do you understand what I said before? So let's continue the next meaning of the quote about correct a fool, he will hate you, correct a wise man, he will appreciate you. The meaning of the quote above is about the benefits of constructive criticism. Why? Because for you, constructive criticism is immense for those willing to embrace it. Some of the key benefits include first one, the key benefit of the quote above is about for personal growth. Why? Because constructive feedback allows individuals to identify their weaknesses and work on them, leading to self-improvement and personal growth. And second one, the benefit constructive of criticism for building your stronger relationships. Why? Because our willingness to accept corrections fosters trust and respect in relationship, and it demonstrates that individual values the perspective of others and is open to dialogues. And third one, the benefit of constructive criticism is for career advancement. Yeah, because you career advancements. Yeah, anytime you right, guys. So in professional environments, those who can take constructive criticism are more likely to succeed. Leaders, mentors, and peers appreciate individuals who are receptive to feedback, as it indicates a commitment to excellence. So the quote underlines that wisdom is not inherent but default. Wise individuals are not necessarily the most knowledgeable, but they are the most teachable. So help you can be wise, can use this benefit. Okay, both. So let's continue about the next benefit of constructive criticism for our life or career or business, right? So the next one is the benefit of constructive criticism is for cultural and religious perspective on corrections. Yeah, what's the reason? Yeah, because the quote resonates across different cultures and religions. Yeah, and religions. Because in Islamic teachings there are numerous sayings and traditions that emphasize the importance of humility and the willingness to accept correction. Because, for instance, the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said that the best among you are those who are humble when reminded of their mistakes. And Abu Bakr also reminds that the silence that wisdom involves recognizing one's own limitations and being open to improvement. Similarly, Confucius, a great Chinese philosopher, emphasized the importance of humility in learning. He stated the superior man is modest in his speech but exceeds in his actions. The concept of li or propriety in Confucian thought involves a respectful and humble approach to learning, including the acceptance of guidance and corrections. Okay, guys, hope you can remind that the benefits of constructive criticism as the fourth one. Okay, the next continue the fifth benefit of constructive criticism. Okay, the fifth benefit of constructive criticism is about the false response. Yeah, why correction can lead to resentment. Yeah, because the reason is, why does a fool hide corrections? Let's ask again. Why does a fool hide correction? Do you know, guys? Yeah, because the answer lies in a combination of pride. Yeah, do you have pride of yourself? Yeah, the answer lies in a combination of pride, insecurity, and the discomfort of facing one's own flaws. So here I have few reasons why correction may lead to resentment. Yeah, because threat of self-image. Yeah, do you often get threat to self-image, guys? So for someone who identifies with being right or perfect, acknowledging a mistake can feel like a direct challenge to their sense of self-worth. And the second one of reason why correction may lead to resentment, because fear of judgment. The reason is a fool might interpret corrections as indications that he is being judged or looked down upon, which triggers defensive. So, yeah, the next one, the reason why correction may lead to resentment, because of lack emotional maturity. So, do you have emotional maturity, guys? So how you have so emotional immaturity involves managing one's reactions to uncomfortable truths, and a fool often lacks this maturity, leading to reactions driven by anger or frustrations. And the sixth benefits of constructive criticism is can be, the wise man's appreciation, viewing correction as a gift, In contrast, right, the wise person understands that correction is a pathway to wisdom, because he approaches feedback with a growth mindset, a term popularized by psychologist Carol Drake. A growth mindset is a belief that abilities and intelligence can be developed through dedication and hard work. For the wise, correction is not about being right or wrong, but about learning and improving. So, a few reasons why a wise man appreciate corrections, because for commitment to self-improvement, and because a wise individual is dedicated to continuous learning and improvement, so he values feedback as part of the journey. And the second reason why wise men appreciate correction, because in emotional intelligence, right? So the wise have developed emotional intelligence, allowing them to manage discomfort and view criticism through a positive lens. And the third reason why wise men appreciate correction, because respect for the source. The reason is wise people often respect those who provide constructive criticism, because they see it as a sign of care, guidance, and opportunity for deeper connections. And the second and the fourth, the seventh benefit of constructive criticism for our self, for practical tips for forgiving and receiving criticism. Why? Because for giving criticism, you can be constructive, not destructive, because by focusing on the behavior, not the person's, offer suggestion for improvement rather than simply pointing out faults. And the second one, the prerogative for giving criticism, you have to be empathetic. It's meant by understanding the recipient's perspective and choosing words and timing that will make the feedback more likely to be received positively. And the second practical tip for giving criticism, we have to encourage dialogue, because by allowing the person to share their thoughts and reflections on the feedback, making it a two-way conversation. For receiving criticism, practice tip, you have to listen without interrupting, because and you have to give the person your full attention, avoid interrupting or immediately defending yourself. And second, practical tip for receiving criticism, you have to reflect before reacting. It means you have to take time. To process the feedback before reacting emotionally. Ask yourself if there is truth in what was said. And third one, practical tip for receiving criticism, you have to ask for clarifications. If the criticism is unclear, ask for specific. This shows that you are willing to understand and engage with the feedback. And finally, wisdom through humility and openness, based on the quote above. The quote, correct a fool and he will hate you. Correct a wise man, he will appreciate you. Solve a powerful reminder of the role that humility and openness play in a personal growth, right? So it underscores the importance of maintaining a teachable attitude, one that values the lessons learned from mistake and corrections, and by embracing a teachable attitudes, one that values the lesson learned from mistake and corrections, and by embracing constructive criticism, we not only improve ourselves but also set an example for others, fostering a culture of continuous improvement and mutual respect. So, in today's fast-paced world, an interconnected world where ego and defensiveness can hinder personal and professional relationships, this ancient wisdom remains relevant as ever. So wisdom is not defined by knowledge alone, by the ability to learn, to listen, and to grow, even when it is uncomfortable. This quote encourages us all to cultivate the humility of the wise and to resist the tendencies of the fool, seeing correction as an essential step to one's journey to self-betterment. So, guys, smart people, smart believer, and anywhere, help you remind this quote and practice this quote, for better, for self-betterment. I mean, for you better carry better business, better hereafter, based on Islamic teaching. Things. That's all. Thanks for you watching, for you sharing my content in one words. Have a nice life, have an afterlife based on Islamic teaching. See you again. See you. Bye bye. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. See you. Bye bye. Amin.